The teacher that I want to honor and thank is Miss Janeen Healy, or as I know her, Miss Jan. I've known Miss Jan for longer than I can remember, and she has made a strong impact on my life through her dedication to making meaningful connections with her students and her true love of learning and educating. Some of my earliest memories of school are associated with her. One of my favorite and strongest memories from my early childhood is when my mother took me in to set up her classroom during the summer, and Miss Jan let my sister and me spend the afternoon playing with her endless art supplies, markers, and glitter. As I grew up, I always had someone to turn to for support and love, and she felt to me like a second mother who cared for me just as much as anyone in my family. I know it is unusual that your parent can be best friends with your teacher, but for me, the friendship that my mother and Miss Jan share allowed me to develop a relationship with Miss Jan that influenced me in many more ways than with other teachers. One of my favorite things about Miss Jan is her ability to connect with her students on a personal level. It is not every teacher who cares not only about your educational growth, but also about your mental well-being. I've only taken one class with Miss Jan as my teacher, but in the short half semester I was with her, I was not surprised to see that her students constantly turned to her for advice, conversation, and even for fun. She's an engaging teacher, of course, but it takes a special type of person to develop connections with students outside of the standard curriculum. Miss Jan's actions in her class and as a mentor in my life have taught me the importance of caring for others and has fostered my love of volunteerism. She gave me a book to read in 11th grade that altered my viewpoint on service, Mountains Beyond Mountains, causing me to soul search for the reasons I participate in community service. This type of reflection and self-observation is exactly what she wants to inspire in her students. And it gave me the passion to pursue leadership roles in the Beta Club in order to make a similar type of impact. Miss Jan's love for her students is obvious, and she invests time into caring for others, which has undoubtedly taught me to care for others in return. She has shown me that love for other people can be more influential than any knowledge or gift you can give someone. Although I only had Miss Jan as a teacher for a short time, I had the privilege to work as her student director at the Smithfield High School Writing Center this year. In this incredible experience, I was able to help my peers provide an amazing service to the school while working with a dedicated and inspiring teacher for something that I love, writing. With Miss Jan's help and guidance, the Writing Center staff and I were able to turn the center from a place to check an English essay into a resource for any student in any class to receive helpful feedback on papers, projects, speeches, and more. Miss Jan believed in us and set high expectations for us to be a self-sufficient, student-run program, and she gave us the real responsibilities to run the center as we thought fit. From her training, we strengthened our empathy and patience, learned how to phrase feedback carefully, and developed our questioning skills to help guide our clients through the writing process. It is so inspiring to see how a teacher's work does not end at 2:45 when the students leave, but rather seeps into many aspects of life. To me, this shows true love and dedication to your work. Miss Jan, you are an amazing example to me, and I want to study the same things you did, have the same job you do, and impact my students in the same wonderful way that you do. There is nothing about you that I admire more than your true love of teaching, which is obvious to your students through the time you put into making learning a fun, adventurous experience for us, and the care you show each and every student you come into contact with. As I go to college next year to study to become a teacher, I know that I will look back on my time with you as a perfect example as how a teacher should impact her students in a positive and lasting way. Miss Jan, thank you for everything. Thank you for letting me call you Miss Jan, even when I was in your class. Thank you for teaching me about photojournalism, writing, and life. Thank you for giving me the best opportunities over the past few years. I will never be able to thank you enough for the incredible inspiration and motivation that you have provided for me. But I hope you know how much I value your spirit and love and how much you have changed my life. Thank you.